Oh, sorry about that. So you guys couldn't hear me the entire time. Oh, wow. All right. I guess, did you guys just stop hearing me? I didn't realize that my mic went to mute, but, uh, oh, y'all didn't hear me at all? So when the first one was up and someone asked, was it live? Y'all didn't hear me at all? Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. It's okay. So let me go back. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. It's the microphone. When I don't want it to be muted, it's muted. And then I didn't even see the red light because normally it tells me and I didn't even see it. See when I mute it? It turns red. And I didn't even look down to see that it was red. So I'm sorry, y'all. I was just going through saying that this is live. For whoever that was that asked, this is live. And then the second part of it was that, explaining what we were going to do today. So we're going to do adhesive vinyl onto some glass items, a picture frame. I was going to do my mom's own, but I didn't pull pink and purple. Okay, go give it to brother. Mommy's live. He's bringing me his underwear to put back on for him. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, just we're gonna do adhesive vinyl today onto some glass items. A mug, well, not a mug. It's the Dollar Tree glass, and I have just a regular glass here. I can technically do it on a tile. Another one here that's more like acrylic, and then I'm going to show you that how you can make one on the other one. So that's what we are going to do today. And yeah, and then I was just saying that I am Shakia, the professor of Silaholics Anonymous and the product line Honestly Speaking. And we have sublimation ink, sublimation paper, pigment ink, chip resetters, cartridges, and so much more on our website, shop.silaholics.anonymous.com. Heat tape and things like that. So definitely check out the website, shop.silaholics.anonymous.com. The baby is doing good. His fever broke. And he is running around here like nothing ever happened. So he is doing great right now. Thank you for asking. All right. So now I have this one that I've been sitting on for the longest. This came from Michael's. This is also another option. If you wanted to make, so we're going to basically make on two different items. We're going to make two different pop-up shop, or just informational stands. And this is one that is an option also. I'm going to take this off. So this does have, it's meant for you to hang something on here, which you can do that also. Or you can simply put vinyl on it. So what I'm going to do is on this side, I'm going to cover up this part here with an icon, and then I'll put other information here. And this little stand, it already comes to where you can just stand it up. So you don't have to do those with acrylic. You can pretty much use anything. My mom got for herself just the frame that's like this, the one that kind of leans back. But it's kind of like an acrylic type frame. It has a plastic on there to protect it. So you just take that off and you can apply vinyl to this. And then also just a regular Dollar Tree frame or any frame that you have. If you want to have it match your branded colors, you can paint this out. So spray paint it. It has a matte in it, but you can definitely take that out and make this to where it is. You can either take the back out and glue the frame to the inside, glue the glass to the inside of the frame, and then sit it on a stand. Or if you want it to be see-through, or you can just put some sort of paper back there for the backing of it, and then just have your information on the glass part of it. So a lot of different options, and vinyl is one of the easiest ways to do that. I've made so many different vinyl decals over the years. I've made them for football teams, like literally made like the helmets that they had for their games. I made memorial ones. I've made car decals, made some really, really good money off of my car decals, layered, all sorts of things, made tons and 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 tons of cups and things like that. I'm trying to figure out where did my Instagram go. I had it up earlier. Oh, there it is. It's on the wrong page. So we're going to come back over here and I'm going to come out of this and scroll on down. Hold on. I got to look around this. I'm trying to figure out which ones have the vinyl on it. Okay, I'm going to go back up. Hold on. All right, I'm going to go back up. This is heat transfer vinyl, but this is vinyl week. But we're going to do bows during HS Ink Day. I cannot see around my camera. All right, here we go. I'm trying to get to where some of the ones, I can't believe it's like so far down for my adhesive vinyl. So I took this cup that already had, like, so I didn't put the image of Elsa and Anna on there. All I did was add the name and it's layered on there. So even if it's just like a regular cup, it's a great way to personalize. You are not infringing on Disney's trademarks or anything like that. And their copyrights for certain things. Well, not copyrights, most like trademarks when it comes to doing these. So you can buy the glass. You're paying full price for it. You're paying for it. You're not, you know, stealing it, bootlegging it, recreating it. This is their item. So if you want, and you know, you want to kind of have items to appeal to those who want Disney, purchase the actual cup and then just put their name on it. That is a great way to kind of get started in that. And you're not infringing because you are paying Disney for whatever company it is for their product and you're just adding to it. All right. We're going to keep scrolling. Here is a layered car decal. Here are some other ones to where I would put their name, you know, had this all set up to where it was the football. I can put their number, what team. These I sold a whole lot of. These were the like big solo cups. They work great on that. And then car decals, bulldog heads. So I did those. This was some memorial ones I did. We had 2 football players that passed. So I ended up making the footballs with the wings on it. And a lot of, I sold so many of these. These were a pain. I'm not going to lie. Oh, Jesus. It was a lot to do all of these because it had so many small pieces to it that had to be weeded. I was like, oh, what was I thinking, Jesus? Because like so many different teams wanted them to represent the 2 young men that passed away. So it was just like, OMG. And then here's another one. Unfortunately, no, this was the 2 kids. So it was one park. And then I made these. This is the park that he was at. So they had the 51 on there. So I made those also. So little things like that. There's a lot of money to be made in learning to and using adhesive vinyl, learning how to cut it, weed it, and set it all up. So these were some customized cups that I did that had the different coaches' names on it. This is layered vinyl. These, when it comes to 651 or any permanent adhesive, you don't have to seal it on something. Sealing on it will just, especially on glass, it'll just make it look horrible. This is also adhesive vinyl on this. This is foam board, but it's a very easy way to have those intricate things and then be able to put them on different items. So I've used vinyl for that. The windows on my foam board boxes, those are vinyl. Here is another cup, and of course it's layered. That's an option. This is a regular mug. It's glitter, and it has vinyl on it. More cups for football teams. My mother's cup that she never ever used. It's just been decoration in her house. And I'm saying it that way because she is listening and she has never used my cup. Never, ever, ever. But it's okay. So yeah, I've used vinyl on a lot of different things. Now, this is one where technically I shouldn't have, but it was for my husband. So I made the Heat logo and put it on this one. And then Heat Lifer, because, you know, we are forever Heat fans. And then our last name. So I put it on different types of cups, cars. So this is a car decal. This was also one that was pain in the butt because all these little pieces, weeding those out. Lord, I'll never want to do that again. This is like one of the football mugs. I have so many. I don't think all the pictures are here, but this is the Dollar Tree one. And then you can put that on there. That is layered on there. Here is one with the Cowboys. I was just on the phone with the Cowboys fan. So yeah, then this one was for my cousin, Dolphin, and then Chill. Let's see, what other things has? This is all vinyl. So this one we're going to do, what day is that? Hold on, let me see. Vinyl on like yard signs is on Friday. So these signs are all done with vinyl. So it's all vinyl on these yard signs that I did for a massage company. Mugs, and none of these are ever sealed. Another one. This was my cup that took me to church. One of my all-time favorite cups. Wish I still had it. It broke because I feel like nowadays I need this to where I can hold it up to my kids. Be like, look. All mommy agents are busy. Please try your request later or ask daddy. I need to recreate that file. I lost it, but I need to recreate that file because I need that somewhere big because my kids will drive me absolutely bonkers. This is on a canvas, so you can put that on there. We're going to do 651 on a canvas on Thursday. So you'll get to see that as well and how you can get that put on a canvas. Let's see some other things in here. Another layered mug, coffee mug. So a lot of things that you can do with, this is one of my favorites. I sold so many of these. This is my all-time favorite medium to use, which is foam board. So I make door signs when you know people have babies with the baby's name and all their stats and stuff on it. And this is all 651 vinyl and it's on foam board. So a lot of ways, like so many ways to make money from using adhesive vinyl. So if you've had it, don't sleep on it. This is another class we're going to do, putting it on just foam board for selfie frames. So this was like all the chocolate sauce in it, her name and all that stuff. That's just 651 vinyl. Even the drips here are 651. And then there's a certain technique to where, you know, normally it's sticky, but there's a technique to where it looks like a drip and it only sticks at the top. So we're going to learn that. I've done whole car decals. I was hoping the vehicle decals, I would be able to do my godson's truck, but I haven't heard back if he's able to do that. So, but I've done all this is just 651, all cut with my Cameo. You can technically cut up to 10 feet long without a mat. I'll show you guys how to do that, but these are all options. Cutting out little stars. As an event planner, I used to customize my own balloons by putting, vinyl on the balloons. So many options. All right. So yeah. Oh, the other thing, this is one of the things. Oh wait, I showed you the wrong picture. I am like so proud of this one. So this was my stepdad's, what's the thing called? Spider. I think it was called. Yeah. I think that's what it's called. No. What is this thing called? Is it called a spider? I don't know, but this thing. And he was having a Paw Patrol party. And you know what I did? I turned it into Riders like Mobile. And that's all 651. I covered his entire bike with 651 by now. Hold on. Let me see. Wait, I went the wrong way. This is what I wanted to do. Bam. Look at that. It was 11. Oh, it took a lot of work. And then, of course, happy birthday, RJ, his son's name. That was cut with the cameo. This decal was cut with the cameo, this and this. But all this other one was laid out with 651. Normally, you would do that with car vinyl. Like, I mean, it's a different type of vinyl that stretches more. I accomplished this with 651. Baby, it was a lot of work. But whoo, child. It was so worth it. Like, look at him. Then he had his whole outfit. Like, it literally looked like Riders, Pupmobile, whatever the heck you want to call it. So Paw Patroller, that thing. So that was super, super cool. A lot of great stuff you can do with 651. All right. So, another one, paint cans. That was pretty awesome to do. I really miss doing this. Like, I teach y'all, so I don't get a lot of opportunities to like do this type of stuff. Oh, cheer signs. This is only a few of them. I've done some that are way more like intricate than this, but great money. Great money is to do cheer signs with that. I can't zoom in, ma'am. It doesn't allow you to zoom in. I use 651. So this is a foam board box I created. All of the stripes, the logo here, and the happy birthday, Melissa. That's all 651 vinyl. And yeah, so whole lot of you can do with vinyl. And we're going to learn how to use it today. You can buy it by the sheets, or you can buy rolls of it. I'm one where I typically tend to buy all of my vinyl by the rolls, like a full roll. These actually come as 24-inch rolls, and my vendor cuts them down. So I end up with 2 12-inch rolls because that's the max width that the cameo can cut. But I do have some colors. If it's like the popular colors, I keep them in 24-inch rolls because then I can cut them on my US cutter. But for the most part, I do everything on rolls. It comes out so much cheaper per square inch when you're buying things by the rolls. It's an investment to buy it up front. Before, like when I first started getting them, it used to cost me like $20. Now they cost like about $23 for a 24-inch roll. And this is one of the cheapest ways. Like, this is really a buy low, sell high. It's really, really inexpensive to get this, especially if you're buying it by the roll, and you see more of a profit when you buy the roll. All right. So we're going to cut that. She says Instagram needs folders. Who you tell? Let's see. I could never get the right size for the football shape on Dollar Tree glasses. My big question is, what type of transfer is best used on vinyl? Because OMG, I have problems with transfer and got to use clear tape. So I use... to grab that one. Hold on. So this is one. My son is 10. I made this when he was 5. It's still on here. He's 10. This is 5 years old. I use different things for different reasons, which I have no idea. I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't. So I like paper transfer. For wet applications, you definitely want to use the paper one. I used to use contact paper a lot. I was like, oh, no sense in buying transfer tape. It all does the same. It just picks it up. Oh, honey. When it comes to the transfer tape, like I used to buy the contact paper from Walmart, or even the one from Dollar Tree. It never really stuck. I used to have to turn it over, peel it back, and do all this other stuff. The first time I used actual transfer tape, I'm not going to lie, I never went back. It is okay to start with using just transfer tape and stuff like that. I mean, like contact paper. But when you are moving into really doing business and you need to do a lot of them, fiddling around with trying to get it to stick to contact paper, oh, honey, that's no bueno. No one has time for that. I never looked back I still have contact paper here, and honey, I am never touching it ever again. So I have paper one, and then I have, hold on, where? Y'all, I'm so sorry. My mama gonna kick my butt. She was like, you'll never have stuff, which I did have it here, I promise, because I just used it. It's just over here in the corner. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I promise you I'm gonna get the transfer tape. But I have clear one. You guys, if you've watched me for any amount of time, you see my clear one. It's this really big roll of clear transfer tape. And if I'm ever doing a dry application, or if I am going to sell it and they're going to apply it themselves, I tend to like to use the clear one so that they can actually see. It's different for me when you're using the paper. You can't really use the wet method with the clear one, because it won't push out the paper and the fluid, and it won't dry enough. So I actually have two different types of transfer paper because they both serve different purposes. So I have this one, and I'm going to grab you the clear one. If it's not here, it is probably behind me somewhere over here, but it's back there somewhere, my clear tape. So I'm going to use that. For the wet method, again, I was a DIYer. You definitely can use it. For the wet method, for the longest time, I was using water, alcohol, and a few drops of dish liquid. More so alcohol, a little. So it's like kind of like 3 parts alcohol, 1 part water, a few drops of dish liquid. And that's what I was using as my wet solution. It worked, but it does take forever to dry. It was right. If it was a snake, honey, and it was poisonous, I would be over here dead as a doornail. Because when I tell you this thing was right on the side of me, I have no idea how I overlooked it, because my mother thinks I'm never prepared. I gather my stuff. I promise you I do. But for some reason, whenever I go live, I can never find it. So here is my clear one. So I've had this for many, many years. It takes a lot. Like, I mean, I don't really do as much now, but this was bigger than that. But this really lasts a really, 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 really long time. So this is this one. And they come in different sizes. I have one that's a little bit shorter than this one, because you want to have the right tape for the right size tape for the job. So it may seem like a lot, but when you have to constantly cut this down, it can be quite annoying. So I have one that is shorter than this. I think this is my 12. This might be either 8 or 10. And then I have a 6, and I also have a 2. So I have different sizes of heat tape depending on what type of decal I'm making, because it can be a pain in the butt to deal with the bigger ones. But of course, you're just starting out, you will just kind of maybe get one size and then cut it down. This is why with my heat tape, people think it's overkill, but honey, having the right size heat tape, and like I use all of them from my 1/2 inch to my 6 inch, and I actually have an 8-inch one that I have personally. I use them all, because you don't want to, when you're going and your production picks up, you don't want to have to worry about cutting stuff down. All right, so there's that. And then, like I said, I used to make my own wet solution, but I don't anymore. I now use Rapid Tack. There are several types of this. There's like other colors. They all pretty much work the same, but I use Rapid Tack now, but I put it inside of a spray bottle. So just a regular spray bottle. Oh, there it is. There's another side. Yeah. So here's a regular spray bottle. That is my Rapid Tack that's in there. And of course, a squeegee. You want to have a really good one. Can you use a credit card and stuff like that? Yes, but you want to get a good one. I like this one, especially for doing cars, because it has a magnet on it. I'm, as you can see, notorious for losing stuff. So with this, because it's magnetized, I like when I'm doing car installs, it attaches to the car. So I like the fact that it's magnetized, because I don't lose it when I'm doing cars. And then also for cars, you want to have magnets that helps keep it in place as you scrape it down, because you only have one set of hands. So I recommend having magnets as well when you're doing like vans and like car installs. If it's on the actual surface, if it's on the window, then it's a little bit harder. You want to have tape and all that stuff, but that's for another day. I was hoping I would show you a car one with my nephew, but maybe I'll still take it outside and do something on my car. but a squeegee is another one we're going to use. All right, so that's everything that we are going to use. Of course, like a cutter, X-Acto knife or scissors to cut it down and all that kind of good jazz. All right. Let's see. Where do I purchase my products? I get everything locally. There are a lot of great sites. You have Brilliant Vinyl. I purchased from them. I purchased from Sign Warehouse before. I purchased from H&H Sign Supply. But now I mainly get everything locally. It's a company here called Economy Sign Supply. And I get all of my supplies from there, except for my squeegee. I did get that one from Amazon. The paper one is low. The clear is medium. I had a high tack one, but it was way too sticky. Oh, so the ones that I have, the transfers I have, no, because my site, like where I get mine from, they don't have a website where you can actually go and buy them. But any site, it's a Sign Warehouse, any of them, you just look for one that is a paper one versus the clear one. Oh, she was saying he left the vinyl on there for a month and it still came off. It did not ruin the finish on his bike or anything. He just took it off. Like he literally just went and just took it off. It comes right off. It's not permanent to me. Like it's so when okay, let me break that down. Well, hold on. I'll break down the difference in them in just a moment. All right. So actually I can kind of go into that now. So the difference between reposition or temporary and permanent, and there's repositionable, there is removable, and then there's permanent. So repositionable is kind of like what they make fat heads from, to where it's enough to stick to your walls, but you can take it down and you can re-stick it. You're going to take it off. It's not going to stretch it out of place. Removable is one to where you can remove it without damaging your walls. So it's made of a water-based adhesive and not a solvent adhesive. Permanent is made of a solvent one. The one that you saw on there, that Bulldog one, that was actually 631, which is a removable vinyl. It's not just going to easily come off. Like it'll stay on there. It's just that it's water. It's a water-based adhesive instead of a solvent one. But after a year, it's like a year or 6 months, it becomes permanent also. So even 631, it's a matte finish. Those can become permanent also, to where once you remove it, you're going to rip the walls. 651, if it's like regular drywall, because it's solvent based, it's going to, the adhesive is aggressive. And that's why they say it's permanent, because once you take it down, you're going to rip your drywall. If it's on anything like glass or anything like that, it's it can still come off. You're going to come off. It's going to, of course, peel off in sections because it's going to stretch, but it can be removed. I hate that word permanent, because it's not permanent. The only thing that's ever permanent, which really, when you think about it, it's not. I was going to say like sublimation, but if you rebake that, you can have some of that come off. So really nothing is ever really permanent on mugs and stuff, because you can technically get it to bake off. But that's the difference in the vinyls. No, it will not hurt your car paint. I've had ones on there. Now, if it's on there for a really long time, you have to remember your cars are sitting in the sun. So if you have it there for a really, really long time and the color of your car is changing due to the UV rays from the sun, that portion that's covered, no sun is touching that. So once you take it off, there can be some discoloration between where that decal was and your car because of natural fading. Like all cars fade over time with the sun beaming down on it. So that's the only thing that will be like, I guess you would say issue, because there'll be discoloration on the outside versus what was protected by the vinyl. Which vinyl should you use for car windows when applying inside or outside due to a tint? So if you're going to put it on the inside, you're not going to really see it because of the tint, if it's a really dark one. 651 and 631 will work fine. With the way the tints are, you're not going to be on the end and it should not pull it. I've had 651 on our cars and we have tints on them. And they're to the inside anyway, not to the outside. If you're going to put it on the inside, you're not going to see it anyway. So I wouldn't be really applying vinyl to the inside if they have tints. And then on the outside, either one will work. Like I said, that Bulldog one was 631, and I've also applied 651. I had one that said Real Housewives of Miami Gardens on mine. On my car, I had the one with my baby Baps on there. I had Elite Events and Creations on my car. So I've had a lot of different vinyls go on my car, and none of it ever hurt the paint. Really? Let's see. Can you microwave a submitted coffee mug? Yes, I have. It's not going to get that hot to where it's going to release it. I only put my decals on windows, never the body of my car. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people won't, but it doesn't hurt it if you do. I put it on when MJ had their drive-through graduation. I definitely put it on there. I use what I call my quick release. So I have the vinyl, but I do an offset and I do that in clear. So it's layered like that. So I don't have to take off individual letters. I literally took that whole thing off as one because it's what I call my quick release. She says, thanks for clarifying. Thanks for clarity because I thought I was going to take off his paint. Nope. And my stepdad's bike is proof that they took that right off and it was on there for a month. It never affected the paint in any way, shape, or form. Ooh. Hopefully I didn't break my camera. Oops. Hold on, y'all. Hopefully I didn't break my camera because it definitely just hit the floor. 1 second. Okay, nope, we're good. All right. So let's get into setting up the file first and then cutting this final. All right. So let me go back over to Silhouette Studio. And oh, shoot. I forgot to send myself. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. So I learned this from Danny that I didn't know that you can get a QR code from anywhere, as long as you have an Android phone. So I'm going to go to my website and we're going to go to the home of this one. Actually, no, I'm going to go to, do I want to go to home or do I want to go to the Honestly Speaking collection? I don't know. Let's just go here. All right. So we're going to go, I clicked on it. Then we hit share. And wait a minute, where is it? Oh, wait, I have to be on Google Chrome. So right now I'm not going to see it because I'm not on Google Chrome. I'm on the regular one. So I need to go to Google first. So let's go up here and I'm going to go to Google Chrome. Oh, maybe if you learn how to spell Shakia, you'll find it. All right, shop.silaholics.com. Okay, why aren't you going on? Let's do this again. Shop.silaholics.com. Oh, I can't hit enter. I forgot what this was. So I'm going to hit that. It's here. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to click here at the, not that one, my little fat fingers. I'm going to hit on the share. And there should be, where was it? The QR code. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where is it? I did it the last time when Danny showed me. Where did I go to get the Or is it here? No, wait, where did I go to get it last time? Danny, are you on? I'm on Google Chrome, but now it doesn't want to come up. So we went to share, and it's only on this one that you can get the QR code. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Danny showed me last time we were on. She told us how to get the QR code where anyone can get a QR code. And we realized that it was only from Google Chrome. But now I don't see it because I don't even see it once to copy the link. Let's see. Danny, are you on? Nope. Because I didn't do the QR code because I was like, okay, I'm going to find it. I'm going to get it when we're here, when I'm on live. But now I don't see it. I thought we hit the 3 dots. Or... I don't see it now, y'all. It came up and we were able to do a QR code. Oh, man. That's how I was going to do my QR code for this, but now I can't find it. And I thought we just hit the share and it came up and it said a QR code. Oh, she is there. See, she said scroll down the options. Wait, hold on. She said scroll down. I am. I don't see it now. And I found it last time, remember? Now I don't see it. It ain't coming up. It don't like me anymore. It's not coming up now. Yeah, it's not coming up now. Oh, I was not on Chrome. I was okay. My bad. My bad, y'all. Don't worry about me. Yeah, my bad. Okay, I wasn't on Chrome. It's totally different. Okay, let me show you what I did wrong. So when I went here, I went to Google and I searched it, but that technically still comes up like the regular search. You have to actually be, which I totally overlooked it, and I'm about to miss it now. You have to be on Chrome. Wait, so you can see that? So I'm going to click on Chrome. And then I'm going to go to my website. And I'm going to click right here, the 3 dots. And then I'm going to come down here. And so it's going to say share. So I'm going to click on share. And so when you click on share, you get these options. And then there is QR code right there. And so now I'm going to download this QR code. And then I'm going to send it to myself so that I can trace it. So here is the QR code. All right. And I'm going to send this to myself via, not messages. I want to send it via Messenger. Facebook Messenger. And I'm going to send it to myself. All right. And then now I'm going to go to my YouTube, which I can go from my website. I'm going to go to tutorials to bring up my YouTube. Click on that, share. Oh, well, that way it went back to the other one. So I didn't get to it from there to do the code. I have to go back to, because that went to the app, which, yeah, I'm done. It went to the app. I'm going to go back to here and go, oops. Ooh, TTB Designs. YouTube.com. And on here, I'm going to search Silaholics Anonymous. And hey, we're live. Oh, wait, no, wrong thing. Not that one. Let's go Silaholics Anonymous. And then click on here. I'm going to go share. And I'm going to get the QR code for that one. And download. And I'm going to send that to myself. Bam. Now I have them. All right. And yeah, it was my fault, Danny. I was on Google, not Google Chrome. I wasn't on Chrome. So now I'm going to go over here to my messenger and pull in those photos. So I'm going to click on them to open them, copy, and then paste over here in Silhouette Studio. So that's the YouTube one. And then copy for shop.silaholicsanonymous.com. And let's go over here to to trace them. All right. So we're going to come down here. And I'm going to zoom into this. And we're going to go over to trace, select trace area, place the box. And we're going to I'm going to take my threshold up just a little bit. And then I'm going to go trace. Move this out of the way. And then I'm going to come on this side and go same thing, select trace area, place my box. I'm going to wrong way. Increase my threshold. Oh, come on. All right, let's see. Click there. And then I'm going to hit trace. And then I'm going to move this off to the side. I'm going to grab, I'm just going to go to Google to get it because I know I have one somewhere. Or you know what? Let me see. File. Yeah, I'm just going to look for one over here. It's going to make it faster. So YouTube icon. All right, so I just want the YouTube one, the YouTube button. So I'm going to go copy image, bring this over here to Silhouette Studio and paste and select trace area. I'm going to reverse trace this. And oh, wait, nah, because then I'll have to do 2 traces. Then we have time for that. So let's delete this and go back to it and get one that's not a true PNG. That's a true PNG. That's a true PNG. Let's see how you can tell if it's a true PNG once you come and paste it. Oh, this wasn't. If it had the black around it, it's a true PNG. So this is not. So I'm going to be able to trace this. And this is what I want because I want the piece here and the outside. And I'm going to go trace. Then I can delete this one. And then this, we're going to make that black. Shrink it down in size. Your QR code matters with everything else around it, not so much the little thing in the middle. So I'm going to fill this with color, release compound path, and remove this and put this here. Now, the only thing that's gonna suck is these aren't full-on circles. That is going to suck with cutting this. Oh, I didn't think about that. That theirs isn't full-on circles. That's not going to be good to cut that from vinyl. Did they come in just not being circles? Yeah, they just aren't circles. So that kind of sucks. I didn't anticipate that part. So we're just going to select it. I need to cut this ASAP Rocky and make compound path. So I might just do the one because that's going to take forever and a day to cut. All right, I want to measure my glass piece here. So let me grab, actually, I don't want to do it on this one. Which one do I want to do it? Yeah, I guess I will do it on this one. So let me measure this real quick. All right, where did my ruler go? It's right here, mommy. Don't think I lost it. It's right here. She's going to be like, you always losing stuff. All right. So I'm going to measure, even though the glass is bigger, I need to know, like, from the inside, the part that's visible. So I'm going to measure that part. And that is about 7.5, like 1/7.5. But this glass is, oh, wait, that was at the wrong spot because this is the 0. So my glass is 8.25. And the inside here is 7.75. All right. So I'm going to make this one 8.25 by 6.25. Whoa. I'm going to zoom back in on this. Oh, and then someone asked, can I change that? I just saw that question. I'm going to send this to the back, select it all, and change it to no color. Hold on. I'm going to show you. All right. I'm going to go to my camera. So I'm on here, and I'm going to hold it up to come on. Why don't you want to pick up? Mommy, bring me your phone. Mine is acting crazy again. I hope that she heard me. Oh, no. Okay, I see why. I didn't have scan QR codes on mine. It's locked. Hold on. Oh, I'm muted. I'm muted? No. What happened? Come here. I'm going to give you her phone. Yeah, as I said, I don't need it anymore. Okay, so I just realized that it went right to YouTube instead of going to my channel. So I copied the wrong QR code. But as you can see, I changed the inside part of it and it still reads and took me to YouTube. I'm going to go over and change this one. So that's the YouTube one. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make this just a different color. And for the inside part, we're going to release compound path. Select this one and delete. And I'm going to look for an image of, I guess, like a shopping bag, because I don't want to have to cut my logo because that's a lot to cut that one. So, or I could probably just do the S and the A. But I'm just going to do a shopping bag. So, shopping bag icon. So I like this one, so we're just going to go with that one. Copy image, bring it over to Silhouette Studio and paste. We're going to select trace area on that one. Trace it. Release compound path. I mean, not release. I'm going to fill this one with black. Oh, wait, no. We're going to fill this one with black and make it a compound path. Oh. Put this right here in the middle. Select it all. Make it a compound path. I'm going to make my line color no color, and I'm going to move this behind it. I'm going to scan it and then show you guys it's going to go to the website. So I'm going to go to my camera. I'm going to scan. So now that it's scanned, hold on, let me get back to it. See? Tap here to go to shop.silaholics. And oh, well, I got to go back now. And so it takes me to my website. So you can change the middle image to whatever you want. Because I saw someone, what did she say? Don't forget which one is which. I had already planned to change the inside. All right. Now we're going to go back and make our box. So for this one, it's going to just make a box. I'm going to come up here. It's unlocked. I'm going to make my width 6.25 and my height 8.25. And then I'm going to do an internal offset. And my height should actually be 7.25. So it's not 0.125. It's going to be 0.15. And then I'm going to hit enter. So that's 0.795. So actually, let's go in 0.2. 0.25. Okay, so that's good there. 7 and 3/4 by 5.75. So I had to go in 0.25 for this one, and I'm going to hit apply. So I know that this outside one is my glass, like the full glass, but this is the part that is visible. The part that's visible, I like to do what's called a safe zone, so it's not too close to the edge. So I'm going to do another internal offset, and the default of 0.125 is fine. I personally like to change that to like a dash line. And now I'm going to fill this in. So we're going to go to here, and I'm going to make this smaller. I'm just going to do the YouTube one. And, oh, wait, I can't do that one. All right, let's just do the shop one then, because that YouTube doesn't go to my YouTube. It just goes to YouTube in general. All right, here is my icon. So it's already vectorized. Okay. And do I want this one, or do I want the one that says shop? I think I want the one that says shop. I want this one. Oops. So we're going to go copy, And bring this back over here, and we're going to go paste. Ungroup. Ungroup. Oops. Ungroup. All right, this. All right, so I want to cut this and, oh, I should probably put the drip inside of there. Or I can put like my Cash App. I don't do pop-up shops, so I didn't really want to do my Cash App, but I could do that. So I'm just going to do these few colors, and the majority of it is going to be black so that all this can cut at one time, and then we'll set up the other design for that to cut also. All right, so this is the size I want, right? So I might make this just a little bit bigger just because these are some really small dots. All right. Now that I have that set up, I need to separate it by color. So I'll take this whole thing and I'm going to duplicate it. So right click, duplicate, and pull this off to the side. I don't want all these other ones in my way. So I need all of my black, and then we're going to separate it by colors. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to select all of my little yellow pieces. So here, 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 and here. Oh, well, there's two different ways that I can do this. I can do this with what I call alignment marks, or I can kind of eyeball it and set them all up without doing alignment marks. And I just have to use parchment paper. I'm just going to use alignment marks because it's just going to make it a lot easier. And alignment marks are just basically two boxes that you're going to create, and that's going to help you line up your vinyl so where everything lines up together. So we're going to go here and place that like that and group it together. We're going to need one for every single color that we have. So I'm going to fill this one in with black, copy, Control C to copy, Control V, paste in front. Oops, I'm going to Control F, paste in front. Or you can just right click, choose copy and paste in front. I'm going to choose the blue, Control F, paste in front. I'm going to change this one to the pink, Control F, paste in front. And I'm going to make this one the yellow. All right. And I want to purposely change this. So let's release compound path. I'm going to add line colors back to this and then zoom in. So I want this part to be a compound path, but I don't want this part. I want to have that be solid, or do I want this to be a different color? Nah, let's just get rid of that. But what I can do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to group. So I'm going to make it a compound path. I'm going to make this a compound path. I'm using keyboard shortcuts to make it a compound path. Make this a compound path. I'm going to make this one cyan, magenta, and yellow. Let me first make sure that it actually is going to read with those colors. It should still read, but I am going to be on the safe side to make sure that it's going to read like that. Let's put the white behind it and make sure that it does still read. I'm going to go to my camera. Oh yeah, it picked it up. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that with the colors it was going to pick up. I thought it would, but just wanted to be on the safe side. All right, so I'm now going to select all of my yellow parts. So here, we're going to ungroup. I'm going to do just this part together because that's far down. So here, 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 and here, and let's just do this one. And I'm going to bring them off to the side, and I'm going to group them together. Then I have my magenta here, 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 and here. We're going to bring those off to the side and group those together. Then our cyan. I'm going to group that together. And then, of course, all of my black. Well, let's make this one big group. And then select everything that is here. And group this together. All right. So I have all my pieces here. I'm just going to open them in a new window, a new page. So copy and paste. I'm going to cut all of this at one time. How did you get over here? Delete. Delete. I'm going to set my mat to my design page size to 12 by 24. Oh, well, let me set my mat to 12 by 24. Set my design page to 12 by 24. All right, I'm going to start with my black. I'm going to put this here. Let's see, can I fit all of them without? Nope, I'm going to have to double up on something. And you don't have to go, like, this is a lot to go this far down. There's ways to do it where you don't have to do this. And I think I'm going for the blue one. I think I'm going to leave this one because that is way far down. The other ones aren't that bad. That was too far down. So I'm just going to put that there and just cut it off. So I'm going to group that together. So this, I'm going to rotate it so I don't take up a bunch of space and put that there. Okay, this way I can put them all on the mat if I go sideways. Okay, so this part here is what, 4.52. So I'm going to make my box. My width is 12 to go across the full thing, and that's the size of my vinyl. My height is going to be 5, and I'm going to place this here. And then for this one, it is like a 4. So I'm going to make this box. I'm going to go down. I'm going to make my height on that one 4. And hold down shift, bring that back up to where it's right on that line. Ooh, it needs to be a little bit bigger than 4. So let's actually make that 4.5. I'm going to bring this down. I'm using my arrow keys on my keyboard. I'm holding down shift. I'm going to bring that down to right there. And then this should be the same. So 4.5. I'm going to pull this one up here. 4.5. Pull this one right there. Right there. I'm going to put weed boxes around all of this because it's going to make it easier to weed them out because it's such small pieces. So I'm going to go to my offset. I'm going to go to offset, and this should be fine around them, and apply. Same thing over here, which I forgot to include this one. So we're going to go black, offset. It's trying to read all those small dots and apply. So the black is going to take the longest to cut. So take a long time to cut. All right, so I'm ready to go. I'm going to go over here and cut all of my vinyl down and then load it onto the mat and allow this to cut everything that is here. And then we will discuss like some other stuff when it comes to doing this vinyl stuff. All right, let me grab my paper trimmer. And move all of my vinyls to the side here. And we're going to switch the camera over. All right. I probably should have put this back on its stand. That would have been the smart thing to do, Shakia. So let me grab my little box here to raise up my camera. And we're going to cut this down. So I just put it through my paper trimmer, whether it's this one or my guillotine cutter. And these are all 4.5s. I'm going to cut off the leading edge of this just to make sure that it's nice and straight. All right, so we're going to take this to 4.5. Because I am doing this where I'm going to cut all the colors at one time, I have to make sure that they are all perfectly straight because they have to line up to one another. All right, all of my vinyl is cut. I'm going to grab my 12 by 24 inch mat. And I'm going to go in the order that it's on my screen. So it's black first. Then yellow. Then cyan. And then magenta. I'm going to use my squeegee. To push everything down. If it needs tape, if your mat's not super sticky, go ahead and add some tape to it. Hopefully I'm okay and it doesn't come up. This mat is still pretty sticky. All right, so with the mat, just like for print and cuts or with anything else, you're going to load the mat here. After this is done, this is a really long cut. I'll show you how to cut without a mat, but we're going to just load this here. And I'm going to hit load. I am using the ratchet blade instead of the auto blade. So I have to take this out, and it is on 3 right now. I'm going to take this down to 2. And then put that in there. How I make sure that it's down, I put my index finger under here. Well, let's first get that seated. Push down on the top to make sure that they both connect and lock it in place. Now I'm going to head over to the computer and send it to cut. So from here, I'm going to go send. My outside lines, I don't want these to cut. That's what I cut my vinyl down to. So I'm going to select those, just the lines, and choose no cut. All right. And now I'm going to let this cut. Although I want to move my black is like right on the edge. So I'm going to take my whole black and move that over just a tad. Okay. So now that's ready to go. We're going to go send. I'm going to use a blade of 2. Because these are really small ones, I don't want it to cut too deep and too fast. I'm going to take my speed down to about 3. I probably should do about 2, but I'm going to see. Hopefully 3 does well. It doesn't mess up. And I'm going to take my force down to, I use a Cricut mat. Most people will use like an 8 or a 7, but because I'm using a Cricut mat, I'm going to put mine at 11. No, let's go 10. And 10 between, I normally do between 10 and 11 because I'm using a Cricut mat. When I'm using the ratchet blade, if I'm using the auto blade, it's a totally different setting and you have to figure out trial and error. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it's kind of crazy the way that is. And then we're going to go ahead and hit send. Oh, wait, no. All right, I'm going to let it cut. My shop up here was not so, oh, wait, you know what? None of my insides were. These were set to cut edge. So they're not going to cut right now. That kind of sucks. So I need to go back in here. Dang it, it's cutting that QR code. But I completely forgot for this part. So I'm going to go everything. I'm going to make everything no cut. So I'm going to go Control A. Let's see, Control A. I'm going to go no cut. Oh, wait, I don't remember which needs to be cut and what doesn't, because some of them were set to cut. Dang it. Hold on. I got to take a look at it now. Okay. So only my registration marks were set to cut. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go in and make everything no cut. Let me check on this real quick. All right, it looks like it's cutting. That is really, really Tanichi, and I probably should have changed out my blade, so hopefully it cuts. So I set everything to no cut. I'm going to go in and select all of my design part and set those to cut. And let's ungroup because I don't need it to cut this part again. So this one, that's why I grouped this together by itself, because now I can go in and make that no cut. So now it's just going to cut this part. I'm going to click on this part and I'm going to go cut. Click on here and go cut. And cut. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit send to queue. That way it's ready to cut. Once this one is done, that next one will be queued up and ready to cut. All right, so now that that is there, let me see if you guys have any questions. What is vectorized? So it's like a vector file. Whenever you have something that is, okay, so let me go back to, while that's cutting. I know that's loud. Don't talk about my machine. So let's go to here. And where is the, okay, I guess I deleted my YouTube one. All right, hold on. I'm gonna grab the image again. So even if I just kind of take this, right? So I'm gonna go and copy this image and bring it over here and paste. If I were to go and try to cut this, if I put edit points around it, it's only 4 points. This is a JPEG image. If I were to fill this with color, the whole entire thing would fill with that color, not just the bag. So to vectorize it means to turn it into a vector object, something that will have a path and you can fill it with color. So to vectorize when it comes to Silhouette Studio, or really any program, is tracing it. You can trace in Illustrator, Affinity Photo, and all of those. You have to create paths. So by taking this and going to trace, select trace area, placing the box around it, and hitting trace. Once I do that, this is the original, this is the trace. This is the vectorized version of it. It became a vector file where if I double click on it, I have edit points around it. It will cut this bag just like this. If I fill it in with color, I am filling in only those parts, in this case, that were black. So this is what it means to vectorize, is to turn it into a cut file. She says, well, you just convinced me to buy a Silhouette machine. So you technically can do this without a machine. You don't have to have a Silhouette machine in order to use the program. You can design all of this and then save it as an SVG and then cut it from any cut software or any cutting machine. So you would just resend the same mat. Yes, so once it goes, like since it was messed up, I'm not going to unload it. I'm just going to hit cut and it's going to cut the areas that didn't cut. What you can change things while it's cutting, you can change things while it's cutting. Yes, you can change it. Never knew you could send stuff to the queue. You go, Professor. Why did I offset? I offset to create a weed border. These are really, really small areas. And I wanted to have it where I'm not trying to weed away like a really big piece of vinyl from it. I can weed just in that small area. How do you put colors on the other part of the bag? So you can't, right here, it's open. So you're not going to be able to put any color in here. Right here, it's open. So you cannot put any color here. This part, you can add color by releasing compound path. So this part will release, well, you can put color here, just not in this one. So now this is released. I'm going to come back up here, make this a compound path because it's the straps. Send this to the back. Now this piece can be colored. Think of everything as a shape. So now this is solid. This piece, what makes up this handle is when this piece here that has this cutout is cut away. So the bag itself is solid. This piece, once you make it a compound path, it cuts away, and where that void is, the yellow stays. So now that's how you can change the color for this part. If you're wanting to change the color of here, you have to close it off for both of these. So I would go to my draw polygon, and I'm going to make a line. I need to overlap just a little bit. And I'm going to make a duplicate of this. So I'm going to go copy. I'm going to select these two pieces and I'm going to weld. It now creates a channel right here. We're going to release compound path, hold down shift, click on that channel and delete everything else. Right click, paste in front. I'm going to just change that to a different color. Send that to the back. Now I have this channel that could be a different color as well. If I want, there's no sense in closing off the straps, but you could make them connect to where it's one strap. And to do that, you would use your edit point, like your draw curve. So we're going to go here. We're going to draw around like that. Bring it back down. Connect it. And then I'm going to adjust my edit points. It's still cutting those circles. It would have been easier if they would have been solid circles. I didn't realize that they wouldn't be solid circles, or I would have done that ahead of time so that I could have made them solid circles. So now that that shape is there, I would select it and weld it. Now the bag is connected. And you can change that to whatever color you want. Yes, 651 is glossy. You can get matte in black and in white, but it is all gloss. 631 is all matte. Ooh, it's still cutting all them circles. I should have thought about that before I did that one. It takes a while. You got to be patient with it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to turn on another machine so I can cut because I don't want to wait for that. So I'm just going to turn on another machine and then cut to that one also. All right. I'm going to mute it for a second, and I'm going to go set up the other one. Feel free, unless y'all want to listen to that machine, feel free to pose questions. I'm going to go grab another machine. It's still cutting. Let me see at least where it's at. That's the hardest part, is that part cutting. It might be on the last row. Yep, I knew it was on the last row. Now it's going to cut all of my contours. Oh no, I was over too far. Oh, this was 5, not 4.5. Oh, dang it. This was supposed to be 5. I cut it at 4.5. I was wondering why all of it was off. Oh, crapola. But I should be okay for all the other colors. All right. It's actually not that bad. It just has to do the other cut. So you guys have any other questions, I can answer those. Because it's actually almost done cutting this, and then it will do the other. How do I know where to put the colors? I set it up that way. So I'm going to go back over here. And that was my fault because I completely forgot that I set my black to, well, where is it? Okay, here it is. See, this was supposed to be cut to 5 inches. I only cut it to 4. So it's going to cut off part of my design. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, what the heck messed up? Yep, that one messed up. Oh, that sucks. So my QR code for my blue is messed up. So I'm going to put that back on there. My QR code for my yellow is fine. And the sucky part is it got stuck. So we're going to unload, unload, unload. It didn't go all the way back in. So I'm going to, okay, there is fine. And I'm going to have some mistakes because this part cut wrong. And I'm going to have to cut my blue QR code part again and also my pink one because it jumped and now it's off. That kind of sucks. All right. So I need to fix something here. I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it to the cut to Q. The Q that's in the cut. The cut that's in the queue, I'm going to send that to cut. So see, it says ready, and you just go start cutting. But I need to go in and fix this for the next cut. So I'm going to go to design. I'm going to take everything and make it no cut. I need to recut this. So I'm going to ungroup. I need to recut this. And I need to recut this. Everything else is fine. This part's going to come out weird, but I can always go back in and fix the last other letters. So I'm going to go back to send. I'm going to select this one and tell it to cut. And I'm going to send that to the queue. I got my squeegee from Amazon. It cut off. All right, innocent to me finishing that because that cut is all the way off. That just made me so mad. Ew, that's all the way off. All right. All of that for nothing because my cut is off. Way off. Well, the most important part cut. And so now for this one, I'm just going to load it back in. And I'm going to move all the cuts to the other side. That was my fault. All right, so let's go back over to design. And we're going to move this out of the way. I'm going to make this one, oops, undo. I'm going to go control arrow up. And I'm going to move everything up to there. And then take all of this and duplicate it on the other side. Okay, it's not gonna fit. I'm gonna have to cut all new vinyl. Well, no, I don't. It's just that my QR code, I'm just gonna have to manually place. Okay, what's not selected? Oh, ungroup. Which one is the original? I don't even remember which one is the original. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna go send, select everything, go cut, no cut on the line, and send this one to, so I'm gonna cancel. Oh wait, y'all saw nothing I just did. I am so sorry. So I'm going to exit out of this. I just reduplicated all this over here. I'm sorry, I'm looking at a totally different monitor. Y'all saw nothing I did, but I moved everything over here. And now I'm going to send it to cut. My bad, y'all. My bad. I just moved it all to the other side, and now I'm going to send it to cut again. Okay. It's cutting now. When you make a decal for inside car windows, you need to mirror the image. Yes, you do. Let's see. What are some reasons for two monitors? I have two because I design on one. I do all of my back end business stuff on the other. I'm actually about to get 3 monitors because one will be that one, it'll state all financials. The second one is if I'm like searching different things on the internet, I have that one. And then I have one that I have design on. So I'm able to see different things at one time. So while I'm designing, I can keep all financials and monitor the websites and all that. So I'm actually going to have 3 monitors, but these 2 I design on one. The other one is kind of like everything else. She said that's not close to the edge. As long as there's no such thing as it being too close to the edge, as long as it's inside the box, it's fine. It's actually not even really that close to the edge. As long as it's inside, it's still going to cut. Okay, something keeps catching. all done. So let's go over to here and get this all weeded out. But yeah, as long as it's there, it's not too close to the edge. All right, let's switch over here and let's get to weeding. Let me grab my weeding tool. Let me bring my microphone over here. Ooh, grab my weeding tool. I'll cut my shop part afterwards. I probably should let it cut on the ground while I'm weeding this one. I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to let the shop part cut while I weed this one. I'm going to put my Cameo 4 on the ground and let it cut. So this is supposed to be 5 inches, not 4.5. All right, you're going to get moved over here on the top shelf so that you can cut the black point. All right. Hold on, y'all. I got to twist you. Oh, so I can angle you down. All right. That way you'll be able to see me weed this bad boy and line it up. But I need to send the other one to cut. So we're going to remove all of this stuff here. I'm going to take this and place it here. And then send it to cut. Oh, wait. Might want to choose cut. And then send that to cut. All right. So with the weed borders, the purpose of those is I can weed just around my details first, and it just makes it a lot easier to manage smaller pieces. So see, you saw me pull out those. Same thing on this blue one. I'm going to do the part that's on the inside. Oh, I just took that whole thing off. Great. Hopefully I can see enough of it to put this back down, which I do. Now, I don't remember which one I needed and which one was in the right spot and which one wasn't. So I'm just going to weed them both and I will figure it out after the fact. And then for this one, I have to remove the inside and the inside. And then the inside of this one. And now that all of that's done, I can take this and it's not going to mess up any of the important part of my design. I technically can cut off this part. So I don't need what's down here, so I'm just going to cut it off. And that way, once I weed this, I can just rip it off. It's not going to affect any of my actual design. I know my yellow is out of place, so I'm just going to cut that off. My blue is out of place, so I'm going to cut that off. And I don't remember which one. My magenta should still be in place. I just don't know which one. All right, so that one's done cutting. And then this, I'm going to cut this off here since I don't need that part anyway. And then with these weed lines here, hopefully they're cut well enough to where they won't interfere. I see 2 or 3 that are out of place. So I'm going to try and get those back in place. Before I weed, because they will come up because they're going to be on top of the other vinyl. So I'm just going to try and get those in place. Hopefully I can weed this. This is really small. Yeah. See, some of them are going to move. I actually hate weeding black vinyl. Okay. I'm going to show you a better way of doing this to weed this out. I'm going to reverse weed this. So let me grab my clear tape. And this is a reverse weed. When you have really small pieces and you think that they may come up, you may want to consider reverse weeding. So I'm going to put this down. And I'm going to just put this right. Well, let me remove the negative from this. And I'm going to put this down. Squeegee it down really good. And so now we're going to do what's called reverse weeding. This should be on my transfer tape. And because it's a high tack, and this is kind of cut into the paper some, this wasn't a really good kiss cut. It's cut into the backing, so that would affect how it lifts up. So now that I've put it on here, I can weed off the negative and my dots should stay on the transfer tape. I don't want to drop it. I'm missing one. All right. You don't want to drop it all the way back down, but I do see that I'm missing one dot. And then one right here. That just means I didn't squeegee it really good the first time. So I am going to go super slow to make sure that I'm not missing any dots. But this is called reverse weeding, where you put your transfer tape down first and then pull the vinyl away, because your transfer tape is going to be stickier and it's going to grab the vinyl better than trying to weed the top piece away. Yes, buddy. I know the door is closed. I know, because you're not supposed to be in here. No, bud. Grandma's out there. You gotta go potty. What's the matter, bud? You don't want anything. See, I opened the door and he left. Okay, so now I'm going to weed out this middle part. And it's going to be ready to go to put down on there. I'm going to take the backing and just cover this back up.
So you want me to lock it?
No, it's okay.
Oh, you opened it or he?
I opened it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right, close the door.
Oh, so that's cool. Okay.
All right, so there's that one, right? Now I'm going to use the clear one for this one. And then I will use the wet method for the other one that I was going to cut. So here's this one. Actually, no, I want to use the wet method for this one because it's a lot of vinyl to this. So I definitely want to use, no, I'm not going to use the wet method for this one. So now for this one, I'm going to weed out this part, which is my registration or my alignment marks. And then we're going to pull out from, oh, wait. For small letters, you want to pull out the cavities first, because once you remove the support, it's going to be really, you're going to start to move around your letters. So for small things like this, small cavities, you want to pull those out first before you weed around it. I'm just going to push them off to the side. Like I'm going to push them into the area that's going to come off. So I'm just going to push them up into that area. All right. Oh, that's out. So now I can pull. So for those who like to try my polo silhouette and say we can't cut intricate, oh, honey, yes, we can. Oh, wait, I lost my dot. See, I was talking junk and I lost my dot. That's okay. All right, take your butt on down now. I don't lost my dot. I lost both of them. All right, let me see if I can retrieve my dots. Ooh, they so tonight, you Jesus. All right, hold on. Trying to retrieve my dot. Oh, no. All right, there it is. Oh, maybe not. I'm probably going to just cut a bigger dot because that's small and that's not enough adhesive to catch on there to stay. I'm just going to cut new dots because, yeah, those are really small. So now that that's done, I'm going to pull out the inside of this. And this part also. All right. Now let me cut this. All right. So now this is my method for layering whenever I have to use the paper tape. Oh, I use it all the time. So I have my alignment marks. For these, it doesn't matter which order you go in because nothing actually overlaps. So for this one, it does not matter which order you go in. If it actually overlapped, you have to do your top layer first and then work your way down. So for these, it doesn't matter which order I go in, but this has to be the last one because they all will go on top of here. All right. So I'm going to use my paper tape because I am going to apply this with the wet method. So let me grab a piece of the transfer tape. All right, why are you peeling all crazy? Well, golly. Okay, maybe I won't be using the wet method. Why is my tape all crazy? All righty. It's been a while since I've used this one. Probably been almost a year. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to have to use something smaller to show y'all the wet method. I'm just going to do the regular layering with this one. And because I can get a smaller piece, I'll show a different piece for the wet method. But I'm just going to use my clear vinyl, my clear one for this. So it has to be as large as your largest piece. So, or as wide as, so I'm going to go off of my black one here and just make sure that I can fit that whole thing on here. And I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper underneath just in case it falls down. I don't want it to stick. The adhesive vinyl will stick to any surface. So I put a piece of parchment paper down so that it does not stick to any surface. All right. Oh, yeah. Way over here. Oh gosh. Okay. So like I said, it doesn't matter which one I start with. So I'm going to go with the yellow first. And I'm just going to put that down. And I already messed up because I do not go down straight. You don't want any ripples in it. All right. I'm going to, this is my method of doing it. You don't have to. You can line up your registration marks if you want and just do them that way. I prefer not to. I'm not the greatest at this. I know it may seem like I am, but my hands sometimes will become shaky. Some people don't like to cut because they feel like they can't cut straight. I can cut straight, and trying to maneuver it, sometimes it will stick. So this is a method that I like to use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one. I'm going to cut one of them out to show you, but I'm also going to leave this one. So I'm going to kind of do two birds with one stone, and I'm going to do both methods. So I'm only going to cut out one of the alignment marks. You have to be right on the line. So I normally cut out both of the marks, and that becomes a window where I line up the next color. And if I mess up and I have to lift it up, my marks aren't touching it to where I will lose my location. Because once the marks are up, they're up and they're done. So I normally cut this out. So for the back side, we're going to flip it over, take off this entire piece, put it back right underneath the registration mark or alignment marks. You're going to take your next piece, and I'm going to do my blue one. Oh, I forgot to weed a part. And I'm going to line this window right here up with this mark. And I normally would do both, but since I didn't do this side, I'm going to make sure that this side lines up. And then this one, the mark should sit right on top of the one that is there. So if you're doing it this method, it should line right up on top of it. This one, the mark comes in the window. So these are two different methods. I normally don't do them together. I only did it for the sake of this demo. All right, so we kind of push those down. You need to hold your fingers where your marks are. Lift up your transfer tape, pull off this piece. It's tucked to the transfer tape, and roll it down slowly so that there are no bubbles and no gaps. And then go over it with your squeegee. Now, when you cut the marks out, there will be nothing here. It stays on this part. But when you don't cut them out, both layers will be on your transfer tape. So I'm going to put this back right here, and I'm going to go to my pink, which let me figure out which one this is. So, okay, so it's this one that I need to keep. I'm going to take this one off. And I'm going to line this one up in my open window first. I prefer the open windows because if I'm off, I could always lift it back up. On this side, if you're off, you just off. And then my last layer will be my black one. Ooh, see, I almost made a big mistake. I almost took off the marks. And see, the more layers you have, this becomes thicker and it's a lot harder to keep it in place. So that's another reason why I don't like the method where I leave it on there. I like to cut the hole. So I'm going to put this underneath the marks. Line these up. Lift up the transfer tape. All right, I'm going to make sure that I squeegee this a little bit better because now it's a lot of layers to this. The longest piece definitely needs to go back on it so that it's this one, because this is a piece that's exposed. So I'm going to put the longest piece back on there. I can take these marks off And I'm also going to cut down this transfer tape because I don't need all of it. All right, let's grab my glass. And I probably should have been cutting the one for the wet method. That's what I should have done, to start cutting that one. All right, let me grab my frame. I was using the glass Dollar Tree frame for this one, not that frame. All righty, hold on. Oi. Okay, what did I do with it that quick? Okay, here it is. So I'm going to put my parchment paper down. The solution that I use is also a cleaning solution. So I can use that to clean the surface that I'm going to put it on. Even though I'm not going to use the wet method, I'm going to spray this and wipe it down so that I make sure that there's no debris or dust or anything like that on it. Nothing that's going to get underneath my vinyl and cause it to have like a bubble underneath. So the rapid tack is also a cleaning solution, not just a rapid tack solution. So I'm going to clean that up. Ooh, got a piece of hair on there. Dry that because it cannot have any moisture or it's going to move around and it's not going to stick, because then that's like using the wet method. So we have to make sure it's nice and clean. Then with this still on it, I'm going to kind of figure out where I need it to be. And I'm going to use this one also so I know kind of where it should go. So this needs to go up just a tad. So I'm going to push this up. Just a little. And I'm going to use my mat to center it. So having a cutting mat, whether it's your silhouette mat or just like a self-healing mat, I can kind of tell from here, you know, where I'm actually going to go like that. And so I'm going to come in and then in, and this is my center line. So I can see that up there. I'm going to make sure that this is centered on that line. All right, I'm going to hold down my tape here, or you can tape it down. I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to flip it back. Take off the carrier sheet. And using my squeegee, I'm going to make sure that this goes down evenly and smoothly. So I'm going to take my squeegee. This is reusable, so you can reuse that several times. So now that I know where this goes, I'm going to use a piece of parchment paper. So this is the other method. When you have to layer and you're not using alignment marks, this is a way to position it. parchment paper is non-stick. So we're going to put that down. I'm going to take this and put it down. Part of my transfer tape has to be off of the parchment paper. So I'm going to kind of put that like right there. And then I'm going to take this and move it around until I'm right in that spot where it needs to be. I'm going to hold, well, let's get that up there. Hold that. Hold on. I need to put more of my tape off of it. So about there. I'm going to line it up. So I'm going to kind of turn this way so you guys can see. So see, this will move. This will never stick to it. So I can move this around to position it. Oh, almost made a boo-boo there. To where I can position this exactly where it's supposed to go. I'm going to toe that down, lift this up, move the parchment paper, and roll it down. And I actually should have done this to where it was on the inside of, I should have mirrored it to where it's on the inside because these are a lot of little pieces. Oh, so not quite. If you have an issue with it coming up, you can always let it sit. I would normally say to use heat. These are really small pieces, so I don't recommend using heat to set this because it's already not a lot of adhesive on the bottom. So if you use heat, you're going to push too much of the adhesive out. You can also try going from a different direction to see if that helps. If it doesn't want to come up, then you just want to let it sit for a few hours so that that adhesive, those are really, really small. So you just want to give it time to set. But for the sake of time, I'm going to keep pushing them down. All right, I'm going to just do one. So I think over here was my cyan. I'm going to get that cyan one and put a little piece of transfer tape on that. And because this is clear, I can see through it. I could do the same method with the parchment, but I should be okay with getting this one lined up and taking that one off. And then I'm going to do this one for the yellow. All right, I'm going to let this one cure, but there's the glass. And then for the back of this, some people put vinyl or some people will paint it. Or you can put it on You can put it on like a white backing if you wanted to kind of have it that way. So you can do any of those methods like to kind of have the backing for this, depending on how you want it to look. Do you want it to float? Do you want it to put it in something? So there's that. And I'm going to use my phone to test it to make sure that it's still working. Okay. Oh, my phone's going dead. Let's see. Will it still pick up if your phone is dying? Come on. Why is it not picking up? I know my phone is dying, but dang. All right, mommy, I might need your phone. My phone is on 5%. Hold on. Let's see. Does it still say? Yep, scan QR codes. Thanks. Girl, all this brown. How do I get to your camera? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna see if it'll pick up. I think it's the glare, but I'm gonna see if it'll pick up with the white. But I think it's, yeah, because I still have the plastic on there. But it picked up from the computer.
It picked up when you did it on my side for the girl. So
yeah.
You know it worked.
I think it's the plastic. I'll charge my phone and hopefully I can take this off by the time we reach the end. Let's see. Nope. Quite a few of them are not coming up. They are not staying down, not coming up, not staying down. Yeah, this is Tanichi and probably would need a clear vinyl over top of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to let this sit so that it can cure. But there is that on the glass. All right, I'm going to put that down. And then I'm going to do the wet method for the cup. All right. Oh, yeah. Let me come back over here. Can you sublimate on glass or plexiglass? No, not directly to glass unless it's coated with a poly coating. You can put clear 651 and then you're sublimating to the clear 651, but to the glass by itself, no, unless you have a poly coating. There are glass, there are some that are already sold for glass. Hold on, I gotta put my phone on the charger. Wait a minute, where did I put my phone? Gotta put it on the charger. And I think it just went dead. Yes, it did. So you guys are going to get a glare behind me because my lights behind me are controlled by, whoa. Dang it. They're controlled by my phone. So you're going to get a glare from behind me. I'm going to make sure that my camera works still. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, I think that was the reason why. Okay, yep, that works. All right, so again, you're going to have that glare. Sorry about that. Let's see. I probably would have done a print and cut for the QR code. You can do that, but if you want that kind of transparent looking, you definitely can print that to like a white label and then put that on there. You definitely can do it that way also. Let's see. Thank you, Regina. All right. So let me go ahead and I was just going to cut the drip for that one. So let me cut that out. Or actually, let's do my dolphin logo. Where did the mug go? All right. So with this one, you're going to measure. So someone said they couldn't figure out the right size for this. So I'm going to get my ruler. So from end to end on this, it is 3 inches. And then to the middle, it is a little under 2. So I'm going to show you how to get that oval. All right. We're going to go back over here. And you're going to make a box that is 3 by 2. I said 3, right? All right. And then I'm going to take an oval and I'm just going to go across here. And I'm going to make sure that my width on that is 3. This is one of the only times where I will stretch from the sides. So I'm going to center that right there. I'm going to click on this oval, click here, hold down Alt, and pull up until I get to the 2. It's actually a little bit shorter than that. That is the oval for this. All right. I'm going to check and make sure that it was 3. It looks a little, it doesn't look as narrow. And I think I went to the wrong one. So now I'm going to use a piece of paper to check just to make sure that it was indeed 3. Because that looks a little wide. So actually it's 3 and then the second one in. I have to go to my measurement chart. I'm going to go to my measurements. So this is my little chart that I use. So this is a 1/16. So it's to the third, what I say, to the third one or the second one? I said it's to the second one. So it's actually 3.125. So we're going to go with 3.125. And that's kind of that shape for that. And then you can use this to know where to put your, design. All right. So I'm going to, I had the football ones, but I really don't want to do football. I want to do HS ink. So I'm going to take that one and let's go to here and I'm going to go, which one? Let's do file, open, let's see, speaking. And I want the stacked one. All right. Copy. I'm going to do all of this from one color because it's already 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go like this and go down here. Group it. Group it. And then I'm going to select it and center it. Maybe go just a little bit bigger. I'm going to hold down Shift and Alt to adjust it from the middle. And there is that one. And just so that you can see the outline on it, I'm going to do an internal offset. Push that out some. Oops. And then I'm going to do another one. Just so that it's not right on the edge. We're going to go group it, center it to page, go to my page, rotate this bad boy, and we're going to cut this one from all black vinyl. Oh. And I guess I technically can use wet method for it. I would say I really can't use wet method, but I want to show you guys how to cut without a mat. Oh, but I have this leftover black. Okay. The next time, this is all vinyl week. The next time I'll show you guys how to cut without a mat because I have this piece of black that's left over and I kind of don't want to waste it. So I'm going to use this piece and cut this because there's no sense in me wasting this vinyl. The next time we do this, I will show you guys how to cut without a mat. No sense in wasting product. right. I'm going to go over here and go to send. And everything is set to cut, but I don't want everything to cut. I don't want my insides to cut. So I'm going to set that to, why are you not picking up? It's ready. Okay, so cancel. I have to cancel that one. Action. Okay, there we go. So it's on 2. I'm going to take this down to 10 because last time it cut a little too deep. And then my speed, 3, and cut edge. Oh, this is not, a compound path. Hold on. The reason why it did that is if I fill this with color, they're both going to fill in with color. I need to make it a compound path so that it's an edge. We're going to ungroup it, select these 2, fill it with color, and make it a compound path. See, now it's like that. When I go to send now and I go cut edge, it's actually going to still cut the words because the edge is that band around it. So we're going to go ahead and hit send. Oh, I should have brought that over some. Let's grab our glass. Let's get this cleaned up so that we're ready to go once this finishes. I'm going to use my cleaning solution. Oh, that cut faster than I thought. All right, we're going to unload this. Move this off to the side. It's not my fault. I promise you it's not. I just used it. I don't see my cleaning solution. Mommy, it's not my fault. I didn't go anywhere. Where did the bottle go? It's not my fault. I promise you it's not. My office just doesn't like me. Seriously, where did it go that quick? Seriously. Where's my spray? It's not me, y'all. I promise it's not me. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't leave the room. Nothing. Where did the spray go? Oh, it's behind my heat press. I got it. It was behind my heat press. It's not my fault. She always said, how do you lose? I don't know. It was behind the heat press. All right. So I'm going to clean that one. And then now we're going to weed this one out. See, look, can't lose that because it sticks to everything. We're going to weed out the middle. And I'm going to go back in eventually and put my colors for my drips on. But for now, this is the one that I'm going to use. So we're going to go like that. And I'm going to use the paper tape. Place that down in the middle. Squeegee this on. Even though it's not like the clear one, you can still clearly see through it. So you'll know where to line up your design. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the extra of this. Now, what the world? Okay, there it goes. I was like, what the heck? I'm going to use this rag to kind of keep this from rolling. I'm going to spray the glass. There's no such thing as too much. I'm going to spray a little bit on the back of that. And this allows it to move. So as I'm looking through it, trying to make sure that it is where it should be, it will not stick until I have it where I want. Now, round surfaces are a little bit harder to kind of control. So I am going to tape this down once I kind of get it in the position that I want it in. And then I'm going to use my squeegee to push out the fluid and to get it to stay. You have to push all of the fluid out in order for it to stay. I think I probably put too much on this surface. Just really got to squeegee this out. This is round, so it's going to be a lot harder to get all of that fluid from under there. Oops. All right. I'm going to also use my heat gun to help dry up some of that liquid. Oh, come on. I didn't put that much on there. Come on. I did not put that much on there. Because my top of my paper is dry. I'm going to put a little bit more tape on it just to keep it in place. Now I might need to ask my vinyl vendor or supplier if transfer tape goes bad, because it doesn't want to release from the vinyl. So I'm going to ask my vendor if transfer tape, because I know I haven't used this one for probably about a year. But there's still a lot of fluid under there. Right, I have a lot of fluid underneath there. Way too much fluid. Flat surfaces are easier. If you saw me do the yard signs, you saw me do that with the solution. So flat surfaces are much easier, and it slid down. So my honesty speaking is sticking. My round piece is not sticking just yet, but my words are. And you just got to get all of that fluid from underneath there. This is round, so I'm not getting like full contact with it. Actually, I don't even like where that's positioned. Let's see. Can I lift this back up? Hopefully all of it isn't stuck. Ooh, it's starting to stick. Hold on. All right. Now I can't. All right. Over just a little bit more. Okay. And I move. I just ruined this one. Those stuck, but they're not in the right spot. I stretch this. So I did have just a little bit too much fluid on it. It took it a while for it to dry before it would stick. It was just too much fluid, but there won't be any air bubbles underneath it. So this one I'm gonna take off because it did mess up, but there's that one. I just had too much fluid underneath there. And I'm going to cut my HF. I'm going to cut the inside of this and put them in there. But for the sake of time, I just made it in all black. I will show it again. Actually, let's see. Well, this one isn't going to really help any because it doesn't have small pieces. I'm trying to see what can I put this on with the wet method so that you can see without it sliding. Whoa. Oh, yeah, duh. This is solid. I can just put this like this. There's no sense in me using. Oh, although I will say it can help for this because this is a solid piece and how this is, the wet method can help even for this because you're able to put it down and stretch it because it's still wet. So that will allow you to put it on. I'm going to take this off. That will help you put it on round surfaces because it's wet. It'll still move. It's not going to stick to it. And that will allow you to, broke it. Dang it. That will allow you to press around round surfaces if you use the wet method. Of course, this had a bunch of holes in it, but you can still see where this part is on the curve. It will go around it. So wet method does help with going around curves. When it's a solid piece, you have to be able to take it off of your backing, and that will help you get something like that around because this is curved right here. And now that's on there. It's not buckling, and that is round. Try putting something on, something like this with just the wet method, with the dry method, and it will stick. I'm going to cut. This is how I used to do helmet decals. And that's on there without any ripples. And that's how you use the wet method. And just kind of keep getting all that fluid out. So you see this has a booty and it's not on the flat part, and you're able to get around it using wet method and heat. Still a little bit more fluid under there. There we go. So that is adhesive day. And tomorrow is supposed to be car decals, but I don't know if my godson is going to be available for me to put it on his car. So I'm going to do his business one on his, not his car, on his van. So I may just do just a decal and put it on our window. I'll probably put something about epilepsy since I can't do his van. I'll probably do something for epilepsy and put it on our car, on our car. And then here is this one. Let's see if it cured enough. Nope, not yet. These are some really small pieces. So I'll probably have to show it tomorrow where I'll take this off and everything, all the adhesive would have cured because that's really small and there's not a lot of adhesive on there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let this cure because those pieces are not coming off from the transfer tape. I'm determined to get this off though. I want to see it now. I don't want to wait. And I want to test the QR code. Ugh. It won't pick up with this plastic on it. I want to do the QR code where you guys can see it on my phone. Ugh, I gotta wait. But there's that. All right, y'all. I am done. So we saw wet method, dry method, and layering with no marks. The only thing I did not do is cutting without a mat because we are very, very late. We're like 2.5 hours in. So tomorrow I will show cutting with no mat. It's basically the same thing. It's just how you set it up in Silhouette Studio and where you load it at and how you have to move your roller, your right roller over. So I'll show you guys that tomorrow because we are 2.5 hours in. Y'all know I'm gonna keep on peeking at this, right? And I'm gonna cut a piece of clear vinyl, and I am gonna put that on top. Oh, but it might not pick up if I put clear vinyl because it's not picking up through here. I probably should have printed that one. I just didn't want it to be white, a sticker on it. But I probably should have printed it because I can't put clear. If it's not gonna, the QR code won't pick up with what's this? This plastic on top. If I put the clear 651 on top, it probably still won't pick up. I'm gonna see once I take it off and put the clear 651, if it does, well, it's still not going to pick up if I try and protect it. I'll see once I take it off and see if it picks up and how that works. And then I'll just hold the clear 651 or something over it and then see if it'll still pick it up. But yeah, all of those are not coming up just yet. All right, thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Hope you learned a little bit more about Silhouette Studio. That's my goal in this, is just to show you how to do all these different things through Silhouette Studio. And then what the possibilities are as far as mugs and window decals, helmet decals, cheer signs, all sorts of things can be made with 651 or any type of permanent adhesive vinyl, because I've also used EnduraGloss. I haven't just used Oracle, so I've also used EnduraGloss for helmet decals. I know, I'm going to leave it alone. She says, I like that method with the heat gun. I actually love vinyl. Vinyl was my first love. So some people don't like vinyl, but I actually really, really love vinyl. That is what that and paper crafting is what I originally got my Cameo for. I actually hate the fact that I don't do it as much. So wet method allows you to put things down where you can reposition it and move it. It also helps prevent bubbles. If you watch my video when I did the yard signs and like with that big piece, it really helps to prevent bubbles. And if you happen to not be in the right place, it's forgiving. Once the liquid dries up, the adhesive will basically harden. It'll become tacky again. That was a really small surface. I think that was more so what contributed to that one. That is a really small surface. So and it was curved. So trying to use the wet method, not being able to really get all of that really squeezed out, because you really should do it on something flat. I didn't want to do it on glass. If you put too much pressure on glass, because that's a really thin glass. Now, if it's a window, like a big storefront window, you use the wet method for that, because that's not going to crack. You can apply pressure to it. I did not want to necessarily do the wet method on this thin Dollar Tree glass, because that can easily crack with trying to apply pressure to push the fluid out. When I do the one on the car, I'm going to try and make that one, a decent size. And you're going to see putting it on there, I'm not going to have any bubbles underneath. So that's the benefits of the wet method versus dry. Once you use the dry method, once that adhesive comes in contact with your substrate, it's going to start to stick. So if you make a mistake, if it's off, it's not quite right, you're not going to be able to lift that up without stretching. Or if it's like a lot of pieces, you may end up moving something, one part will stick, then you have to lift that up, take that off. So wet method just gives you it's a little bit more forgiveness and a little bit more working time. You can only sublimate things that are coated in a poly coating. So if it can be etched, but if on there is no poly coating, you cannot sublimate to it. It must be coated for sublimation. Yay! Yep, great time to do that. Let's see. You are very welcome. I don't like to use so clear sticker. People always say sticker paper and stuff like this just doesn't mix for me. Printing it on anything clear is going to make it where it's translucent, because ink, regular ink is it's not opaque, it's translucent. So if you were to print it on a clear sticker, you're going to have to put some sort of white base behind it so that it's not see-through. That's the one reason why I wanted to still be see-through, but vinyl is just solid. So it's basically, you know, it's opaque. If you just do it on clear sticker, you're gonna see straight through it. You would have to put it on a white one. So if you're wanting this look as far as it, you know, all of it just looking like floating vinyl, you need to do it with vinyl, or yeah, it's your only option is to do it with vinyl. Clear, not going to see through it. Or you're going to see through it. I'm getting me a heat gun tomorrow. So no, it's already oh, I could have done that. That would have been better. Yeah, I was thinking to put it on top, but what you're saying, make it a sticker. I could cut the clear 651, apply this to the clear 651 because it will attach to 651, and then put that whole thing there. What I was thinking was to put the clear 651 on top just to seal in all, because these are some really small dots. They would definitely come off. But your method also would probably work out best. If it doesn't stick, I just might do that. I might let it cut tonight. Although I'm probably going to go in there and make them all regular circles, because that little, how it cut was driving me crazy. So I'm probably going to go and make them all regular circles and then do what you suggested and put it to the clear 651 and just put that whole thing on there like a sticker. I think that might work out better, but then I'm going to have to scrape off all those little dots. But I'm going to probably do that now, is go in and make all of those dots circles, because those were not circles and that took forever to cut. All right. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Tomorrow is, what did I say tomorrow was? It's supposed to be adhesive vinyl for car decals. I'm waiting to see if he is able to bring his van. If not, I will make one just for our car that is something about epilepsy, most likely, and take the camera, take my phone and stuff outside so that you can actually see me apply it to a car. But I wanted to do my godson's van so that you guys could see me put it like on a really big one and use magnets and all of that kind of good jazz. But if I can't, we'll do that another day whenever he is available to come by, so that I can show you guys that. But I do have a video. I did that video like maybe 3 years ago. I don't think I had the baby then, or maybe I did. So maybe it was like 2 years ago. I did a video. I was on location and I put on a van decal for the one that I just showed you, the one for the mobile detailing. So I did that one. So I will find that one and then post a link. I don't think it's on YouTube. That is in my Facebook group, Silaholics Anonymous, will help, but it is like 2 years old, I think. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.